Hello, world. Do you have a hard time cooking for yourself or yourself and your spouse? I think everyone who's in that situation does. It's not easy to get small amounts of things at the grocery store and you want to cook a healthy meal for yourself or your family, no matter your situation. I was recently talking to a friend of mine on Facebook who it's just herself and her two young kids at home. And I kind of realized that I know a lot about this. I've been doing this for a long time. So that's actually what inspired me to start a YouTube channel in the first place. I hope that I can help someone else out there who doesn't really know how to make a small amount of food. It's easy to cook for an army. It's not easy to cook for two people. So I'm just going to jump right in here and let you know I'm not going to be cooking today or anything. I'm just going to show you a few things that have really helped me cook on a smaller scale. When you go to the store and you try to get celery or carrots, they come in huge containers like this. You really can't use that much most of the time. In my area, I like to shop at Safeway. Safeway is a place where you can get literally one carrot or one stick of celery, whatever you might need. And while it's not the cheapest place to shop, things like that are so helpful so you don't end up wasting a whole package of celery. Another thing that I like to do is I don't like to buy prepackaged rices. A lot of them have a little bit of funk in them, some weird ingredients. You don't really know where they came from. So I buy this rice. I like it because it's not just white rice. It's got a lot more going on than that. And it comes packaged like this. And in the instructions it says that this is enough for two people. My husband eats like a cow, so I actually make 2 packets. So one box is enough for 2 meals for the both of us, and then I usually have lunch the next day or a small amount of leftovers. Nothing crazy like if you are making a lasagna, because who wants to eat the same thing for a month? So that's what I do for things like rice, and I flavor them myself. I buy chicken bouillon sometimes. I do actual lemon pepper, where I purchase lemons and do fresh cracked black pepper in them. Great way to make a way healthier rice than a packaged dinner, or trying to figure it out by just putting a cup of white rice in, because you never measure the right amount and that always ends up disastrous. You have rice for a month. Another thing I do is I food prep like crazy. So this is a giant bag of beef. I want to say that there are 7 or 8 pounds in here. So this is a huge gallon bag, and inside I have 1 pound packages. So when I get home from the store with a huge package of ground meat, I stand there, and if it says on the package that it's 4.5 pounds, I actually make 5 of these little packets, because really we don't need a full pound of meat in anything that we're eating. So skimping on the meat a little bit helps with budget, and having it packaged like this, I make a ball. I make, if it's 4.5 pounds, I make 5 equal sized balls of meat, and then I flatten them so that they're like a burger patty, which also makes it really easy to thaw out, easy to do a quick dinner with the right amount of meat. So that's something that I do every time we run out of beef. I usually put a date on the package. With beef, we go through it so fast that I sometimes don't. But I do this with chicken. I do it with pork because it's cheaper to buy that way. You can go to the store and get, pounds and pounds of meat for a much lower cost per pound, but you can't use that much, so you have to sit down and prep it all. The last thing that I wanted to show you guys today, something that saves me at the store. My very best friend in the whole world turned me on to this. It is an app called Fujicate, and if you can see it there, it's a little orange wearing a headband, and it's actually a weight loss app. I don't use it for that. I only use one feature on it, to tell you the truth. And if you download this, it has a feature called Food Scanner. So it's just a regular scanner. I can grab anything off my shelf at the grocery store. For instance, pasta. For the most part, I really don't care what brand of pasta I use. It's all going to turn out to be a noodle, so I don't have any preference with that. Pasta and like pasta sauces. I was recently watching The World's Okayest Mom, who tried to go a whole week without giving her kids sugar, which is super admirable, but oh my gosh, the grocery store has sugar in everything. How do you even tell? There was one point in the video where she said she walked around for like 45 minutes trying to find a pasta sauce without sugar in it. So this app is your answer for situations like that, just choosing a better product. So I've got my noodles here. I scan them, and this app gives an A to D rating, or an A to F rating. So my pasta here, yeah, you can't really see that screen, got a B+. It gives you an explanation of why. It's just regular pasta. I probably scanned it when I bought it. I scan everything at the store with this app. So if there's anything bad in it, it puts a little exclamation point by it, and if you click on it, it tells you why it's a bad thing. So even something as simple as it being highly processed, it tells you why it's bad to have highly processed food. But my favorite part about it, the last tab on here for each product is alternatives. So I have Great Value fettuccine here. If I click on this, it will give me other options. So it directs me to a brand called Food for Life fettuccine. Now, I live in a pretty small area, so I can already tell you Food for Life fettuccine is not at any grocery stores around here. So it usually gives you quite a few options. Like I said, I probably scanned this when I purchased it, so it's not giving me a whole lot of better options right now. But the options it is giving me are not at my store. So in my opinion, I chose the best pasta that I could have with the smallest amount of funk. I didn't have to do a lot for it. It takes you 2 seconds to scan a product, look around for the best option in your grocery store, and choose that instead if it's a product that you don't necessarily have a preference towards. Great way to get a little bit of funk out of your diet. And I just use it like crazy. So there's my few tips on cooking better for just a couple of people. Let me know if you would like to have me do videos on food prep or any of the other topics that I've talked about in this video. Have a good day.